Simon Ferry, how we doing? Welcome to In the Box, mate. Thanks for coming on. A little bit of a roles reverse situation here. Like I say, I'm sure not many people will know, but you was a bit of an inspiration for me to do this. So, like I say, really thanks for coming on, mate.
Oh, it's a fucking pleasure. Only thing I will say, mate, is hurry up and grow that barnet back because
I know, that's why I've got all my cowslicks to come through.
You look like you've got weeks to live.
That's it, mate. How's things up there, mate?
Oh, it's good, mate. Just busy with the podcast. You know, we're doing it now over on Zoom as well. So doing like 2 a day, man. It's hard work. It's hard graft, isn't it? People think it's easy, mate, but it's fucking hard graft, isn't it?
Yeah, no, especially if you want them to sort of go well and you've got to do all the bits of homework on it and stuff. Yeah, it's not easy, but no, listen, it's all new to me and I've been enjoying it, to be fair. And so far, I've had good feedback on the actual content of them. It's just hard work trying to advertise them, especially, you know, I'm just doing it myself. I haven't got anyone else helping me on the social media side of it. So hopefully, if anyone's out there and wants to help on that side of it, don't hesitate to get in contact.
Is that you telling me to start fucking retweeting more?
No, it's all right. You've got the competition.
No. Once it dies down, mate, I'll retweet everything. After we've done this, I'll retweet everything. I promise you. Oh yeah, I will say to you, you're doing great, mate. I've watched a couple and you're a natural, Sim. Keep it going. You're doing great.
Thanks, mate. I'm sure, like I say, trying to get better as I go along, mate. Right, go on then. Team time. Over to you, mate. Go on. Where do we start in goal?
I just want to apologise because this is probably the worst fucking team you've had on yet, but we'll go with.
No, I don't know about that. I was going to say, your thought process behind it. I know you was always a harsh critic when you was playing, and you're still a harsh critic now that you obviously still playing up in Scotland. What was your thought process behind the team?
Oh, right, I've watched a couple of years and see all this like players going into positions and say, I've just went with 11 guys who were the best players that I played with, mate. Like, fuck systems, fuck guys that can run about or that. I'm all about 11 guys who can play with the ball, mate, and that's all I care about.
Cool, right, that's perfect. Go on then. Starts off in goal.
So in goal is Wes Foderingham. Obviously, you played him as well. Good lad. And I roomed him his debut for us away at Aki Stanley, mate. He was a bag of fucking jaggies the night before. But on the pitch, mate, not once did he ever look flustered, even though he had like the Canio screaming at him. Scott Bain was another one, mate, who's a goalie at Celtic now. Brilliant goalie. He was at Dundee with me. But I think Wes was better with his feet, mate. I remember one day we done a session with the Canio and he wanted Wes to like zing a ball out to a fullback. And this was before keepers were zinging balls out to fullbacks, mate. And I remember sitting thinking, Wes is going to make a cunt of this, man. Like, I don't think Wes has got that in his locker, mate. And to be fair, every time, mate, he was on the money with that left tab. Like I said, 2 years playing with me, I could count on one hand the amount of errors he made.
Yeah.
And he gave us the funniest day of my life in football when when he took on Di Canio, man. Obviously, Di Canio hooked him after what was it? 14 minutes runs. You were playing, weren't you?
Yeah, I think it was 20. I think it was like 20. Yeah, it was halfway through the first half, wasn't it?
I was on the bench that day, and the thing that Di Canio was saying on the bench was that you were the only one that was worse than Wes in that 24 minutes.
But it must have been the case. At least he left me on to half time. I got dragged at half time.
Did you get dragged at half time? Did you?
Yeah, because you know what? I think it was the game after we played Stoke. Remember we played Stoke in the Carling Cup and it went to like extra time. We got a really good result up there, didn't we? And
we won 4-3.
Yeah, and then I think he made a few changes for the next game. Like put all the Joeys out. Obviously, I was playing. And yeah, like to be honest, I can't remember too much about the game, but I don't remember doing that much wrong. But I know he was like 3-0 down after about 15 minutes. So
I'm on the bench that day, mate, and he's on Wes for the start, mate. Like, I don't know why. I think Wes had a bit of a beast against Stoke, to be fair, mate, right?
Yeah.
And he kind of got through it because we'd scored 4 goals, won 4-3, so everyone kind of forgot about it. But after about 5 minutes, mate, he's bawling and shouting in Italian at the goalie coach. And Rafa De Vita was on the bench with me, and remember, he was your translator. So I'd always say to Rafa, what's he saying? And Rafa's like, oh, mate, he's calling Wes all sorts, man. Like, Wes is getting it proper here. So, mate, he turned round and the wee sub-goalie was Bedders, who, you know, was hopeless. And he tells Bedders to warm up, and I'm thinking, if he's telling Bedders to warm up, man, this is serious. Because as I said, Bedders was hopeless, mate. And we were on the bench saying to Bedders, is your arsehole going? And Bedders was giving it the one, nah, he won't take him off, he's just trying to scare him. Mate, number goes up, man.
Oh, man,
and then he comes off, and Wes walks down the tunnel, mate, and again, Di Canio's going mad in Italian to the goalie coach, and Rafa's done, mate, he's just told the goalie coach to go and tell Wes not to get a shower, get his clothes on as quick as possible, and catch the first train home. Because if I come in the dressing room at half time, he's a fucking dead man. So you know yourself, mate. He came in at half time and he went mental, didn't he?
Oh,
and then
mental,
you're on the bit, mate. This is my funniest bit of the whole story. For remember, we're sitting on the bus, mate. We've just been tonked 3-0 off Preston, I think it was, right? We're off the back of the bus. He's fuming at the front, man. So you know you're not allowed to laugh or anything. And just at that time, remember on the bus, Sky Sports News comes on. It's the Canio doing, we're not talking about Czech. We are talking about the League One Wes.
Because I was going to say as well, yeah. What did he like? I think we were sitting on the bus for ages after that game for some reason. That's why the Sky Sports come on. Did he make us wait for ages?
Mate, see, because of what happened, he was doing the press for like an hour and a half, man. Do you know what I mean, man? So we were sitting on the bus thinking,
I think it was a Sunday as well, you know that? It was a Sunday game, I think, you know? Yeah.
Well, if it was a Sunday, son, you'd have been hungover. That's why you'd have been hopeless.
Yeah, probably.
I can't remember what day. I think it might be right, mate. I think it was a Sunday, but and then Wes was saying like, and then Wes was on the group chat saying, "Nah, that's me done wrong. Like, there's no way I'm apologising." And that the Monday morning, in comes Wes walking into the meeting room, apologising to everyone. Di Canio standing behind him doing that. I told you, lads, he would shit his pants. Oh, brilliant. But Wes would be the goalie for me, mate. Sound keeper, great with his feet. I think he's just been unlucky at Rangers at Alan McGregor's a top keeper, mate. But even the games he's played up here, Wes, he's been decent, mate. So
yeah,
top keeper for me, Wes. I think he'll go and play in like the English Championship after Rangers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. He's done well up there to begin with, didn't he? And like you say, he's only being kept out by a top goalkeeper there. Right,
sorry,
yeah.
I will add, as Aidan Flint used to say, the guy who's got a personality, a toothpick. But anyway, let's go.
Yeah, I did used to like your nickname for him, to be fair. He, you know, even when he come out, he weren't too much value, was he, to be fair?
Oh, mate, he was boring, wasn't he?
He was a bit.
Wes was one of them on a night out, mate. Wes was one of them on a night out. You stand with him for 5 minutes, and that was you. You'd done your 5 minutes. Go and find somebody more lively, man.
Oh, right, that's class. He was a good lad, though. We give him that. Right, back four.
Yeah,
right back.
Back four. Oh, probably the most underrated player in Britain, mate. Right back, Paul Caddis.
Unbelievable.
Paul Caddis, mate, for people who didn't know him, is the most bothered guy in the whole world of football, man. Like, you'll never find a guy more bothered. In the summer, mate, he doesn't do a single run. I mean, he doesn't even run to the toilet for a piss. He'd walk, mate. So, Cads was the guy that kept Birmingham up, remember, on the last day?
Yeah.
And the sick thing about Cads is, mate, he doesn't drink. So he scored a last-minute winner to keep Birmingham up, mate. They went out on a 3-day bender and he's been sober for 3 days, but every cunt wanted to buy him a drink because he kept Birmingham up. Imagine that. No. But you know yourself, mate, as a player, like Rolls Royce, man, when he just football was easy for him, mate. I've known him since he was 12-year-old. Again, he's a fullback, mate, and I've not seen him tackle anyone in 10 years. No. But he doesn't need to be because he's always in the right position. He's used to the ball, was outstanding, mate. Never gave the ball away. And as I say, his diet was an absolute shambles. I remember when he first came down to Swindon with me, we stayed together. This blew my mind. So Friday night, he says, "What you want to get for dinner?" Obviously, we've got, I think it was the first game of the season on a Saturday, mate, so it's a big game. And I was like, "Oh, I'll get a wee fratellos, an Italian pasta, stuff like that." And Cad's is like, "Nah, fuck that shit. I'm pulling a Chinese." So he gets a Chinese, mate, like the biggest Chinese order you've ever heard. And I'm wondering, why is he getting so much Chinese, man? Like, one, you're eating Chinese, and then you've ordered an absolute barrel load, man. So anyway, he eats his Chinese, mate. I do my pasta. Next morning, I come down at like 11 o'clock for my pre-match. I got showered, came down to the kitchen, mate. And here he is, mate, with his trackie on, eating the leftover Chinese for his pre-match on the first game of the season, mate. Went out and was like best player on the pitch, man. Even away games, mate, used to, because he hated the food that Di Canio gave us, we used to go to McDonald's on the way to the ground. He'd buy like a McDonald's, mate, and stuff it in his backpack, and he'd sit up the back seat so the Canio couldn't see him, unzip his bag, put his head in his bag, mate, and he would eat a McDonald's in the bag on the way in an away game. What a guy, mate, what a player. Should have played higher, but just never went to the gym, never ate properly, but no. As you know, mate, he was brilliant, wasn't he?
Oh, mate, unbelievable. For me, like I say, whenever people ask me, like who the best player I play with is, you know, I ultimately, straight away, I think of him just because of how good he was, just naturally. Like he said, the game just comes so easy to him. I mean, when he played right back that year for Swindon, he'd go past 3 or 4 players that they weren't there, and then even in training, he'd play midfield and be probably the best player we had. You know, just such an underrated player, like you said, and great lad as well.
Yeah, top man.
Right, other fullback. I think you got another character there, yeah.
Oh, mate, this guy, when you say it, like, this guy is just a wee bit a level above Cads for me.
Really?
Nicky Shorey, mate. Runes. One, what a player, but more importantly, what a guy, man. Loves a fucking beer, fat as anything, ugly as fuck. Put him on a football pitch, mate, and it is easy for him. He's like similar. He's so similar to Cads, mate. But he's just got that extra wee bit of something, mate. Like,
really?
Honestly, like, you could pass the ball to Nicky Shorey with 2 men round him, mate, and he would just like dip his, I don't know, he'd dip his wee fat body, because similar to yourself, mate, dip his wee fat body out and just get out of it. But then he would like see he swaz into strikers' feet in that rounds.
Yeah, lovely.
Like, on the money, man. Like, training, he was a shambles in the boxes. Hardly ever seen him in a box. Nicky Shorey was one of them, mate, that we'd always be. Have you been to Portsmouth?
Yeah.
Roasting, mate, what a place. So every day after training, we'd go for a coffee. After half a cup of coffee, Shorey straight away, are we getting on the pint centre? What? This is like a Thursday, mate. We've got a game on a Saturday. So Shorey loved a drink, mate. But even in games, like, because some of our boys weren't good enough for Portsmouth, mate, and they couldn't handle playing in front of 18,000.
Yeah.
And Shorey seen that, and Shorey used to say to them, all the time, he's like, lads, see if any of you are ever struggling, just pass, even if there's a man right next, just pass the ball to me, I'll deal with it. I loved that about him, mate.
Yeah.
Loved that about him. I played centre midfield with him a couple of times, and you know when you can actually bounce the ball off somebody in centre midfield?
Yeah.
I went to play with a guy called Johnny Ertel, mate, who, how he even owned a pair of football boots, I'll never know. Then Nicky Shorey came in, mate. It was a fucking godsend for me. So, top man, top player, and I think he's now like a chief scout at Reading, mate. Still speak to him now, top man. So, took us out as well, mate. He took all the boys out, paid for everything, took us out in Essex. Remember the big guy, Kevin Watson?
Kevin Watson? No.
He was Stevenage manager or something for a bit. That was Nicky Shorey's mate. So
okay,
Nicky Shorey,
I do, of course I do, yeah.
Nicky Shorey took us out with him. He says, my big mate Kevin Watson's coming. He says, Si and a couple of other chippy boys, he went, just hammer him all night for me, man. Mate, the boy Kevin Watson ended up going home after like 2 hours because we were just battering him. Because we used to batter Shorey as well, mate. Shorey used to love getting battered. There was this section of the Portsmouth fans that, I don't know if it was just coincidence, mate, or they were like a full family, but they were ugly, man. A proper ugly section. And we used to say that was the Nicky Shorey fan club because he was an ugly bastard as well. And he used to love it, mate, honestly. And like, see if that section would throw the ball at somebody, Nicky Shorey would be like that to me. See, look at my fans looking after this young man. You know, he was brilliant, mate. Top man.
Oh, loved mate, he sounds like a ledge, mate.
Runes, honestly, ledge. You'd love him, mate. Proper top man. Doesn't give a fuck. Perfect, walks about training, but is ledge.
Right, we better move on then. Centre half. Can you remember who you put?
Centre halves. The first is probably the maddest bastard I've ever met in football. Sean Morrison, man. Have you met him, Runes?
I met him once. We met. Remember when we went Cheltenham that time? He was there.
And was he wild?
Nah, he was pretty calm that day. I think that him and like Jason Robertson. I remember they was next. We was all steaming, like me, you, Flinty, and all that. And Big Flinty had a few too many. And I was with that Sean, but he was pretty chilled that day. I remember Jason Roberts. I think maybe Jem was there. A few of the Reading lads were there, so they was pretty chilled. I think they had a driver and stuff, so they weren't like we was on a totally different level to them that day. But yeah, I've heard a few stories about him though.
Right, so see Sean Morrison, mate. He's no calves. He from his knee to his foot is just a fucking block of wood, mate. Honestly, his legs are like that. That's what his legs are like, mate, right? Can't pass the ball, can't control the ball, but mate, he's a warrior, man.
Yeah.
He could head the ball fucking further than I could kick it. He would put his face in it, no wonder, because it'd stay at his face, but Sean was a proper good defender, mate. See when the ball came in the box, Sean would be heading it. Yeah, fearless. He was 19 when we were at Swindon. And obviously Reading came in for him. But even just in training and that, mate, like we had big strikers like Billy Painter and Charlie Austin, and Sean would fucking hit them, mate. Like 19-year-old, you think maybe a bit shy in that, but Sean was as game as they came, mate. And Cardiff captain now. But I'll tell you a story about him. We got to the playoffs my first year at Swindon. I think Sean only played about 2 games. So we beat Charlton at the Valley in the semis to get to the final against Millwall at Wembley. Sean wasn't even on the bench, mate, right? He had his suit on. After the game, mate, he's doing fucking Klinsmans in front of the fans and he's suiting on it. Hadn't played a minute. I thought he was like our best player. You'd have thought he was our best player that year, the way he was celebrating. But anyway, him and Cal Kennedy went to Marbella with JP McGovern straight after the game and got steaming for like 2 weeks before the final. And then we got beat for Millwall in the final, right? So Swindon had put on like a gazebo and like, you know, the lounges were like, it was for like players, directors, like fans who had put money into the club. So it was all like the high rollers of the club that were there that day. So we'd been on it for the Saturday night. This is now the Sunday. We met at 12. It was at 5 o'clock it was starting. Met at 12. Sean had got chucked out of a pub for like bombing through a table. He's 6'5" or something, mate. So he's ran in Mackenzie's, jumped, and like pulled his knees in together and just straight through a table, mate. So we've been chucked out Mackenzie's, head down to the county ground, and we're all having a great time. And I got the toilet with Big Billy Painter, who's a screwball, mate, and Danny Ward, remember Wardy, who's at where's he, QPR or Cardiff? Yeah. So I'm in the toilet and Billy's a screwball, as I say, and Billy starts pissing on me. Just starts pissing all over me, so I start pissing all over him. And then Sean walks in, and the 4 of us are all pissing on each other. Next thing before I know, mate, Billy's like went out the toilet, got a fire extinguisher, came in the toilet, and he's blasting us 3 with his fire extinguisher, mate. Goodness, like doing that with foam out my eyes, right? Bear in mind we'd got beat the day before, mate. We've not been fucking promoted. So this kind of stumbles out onto like the main. Do you know where we used to eat for lunch?
Yeah.
And there's a big double. There's a bar and then there's a bit for your lunch.
Yeah.
Like, see, just in front of the bar, mate, there's like a bit of lino that goes along. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So Sean, because he's soaking, mate, has ended up just in his pants, 6'5" in his pants. Bear in mind, no played a minute. That maybe played 2 games that season. Billy Painter's fire extinguished the lino bit. And mate, Big Sean Morrison's running in his pants doing Klinsmans, doing it, and then spinning around naked. And Danny Wilson, the manager, walked in, mate. I've never seen Danny Wilson angry. And Danny Wilson went up to me, mate, get your fucking clothes on now and get up. But I just summed Sean up, mate. He was 19, bold as brass, didn't give a fuck. And I think that goes a long way, mate, and how well he's done. As I say, for anybody, what young kids have to do, watch this. Like, technically not great, mate. Couldn't control the ball, couldn't really pass it, but just through having an attitude, mate, and being a warrior, be a multi-millionaire, mate. He's been a captain in the Premier League team, so fair play to him. And again, a great guy. I'm also going on my team, picking it based on how good a night out would be on it as well. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking. I'm surprised I ain't made the 11, to be honest.
Right, keep going, mate. There you go.
Right.
Oh no, mate! If it was a night out, you'd be first pick. You'd be captain.
It's probably a good thing that I didn't weren't down in Swindon when these boys were there, by the sound of it.
Well, see my first year in Swindon, mate. It's like a stag do for a year, eh? It was like a stag do, mate. I was even 3 nights a week. It was brilliant, man. We used to go pub quizzes on a Thursday, Roons. A pub quiz on a Thursday. You'd end up having like 6 pints, man. Brilliant. That was done back then, to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, cool.
That was kind of the last of the drinking age. So I'm just lucky that I caught it for a year.
Right, who's going to partner him? You going someone more serious, or who we got?
Well, I was going to go Gordon Greer, mate.
Yeah.
Gordon Greer is the best captain I've ever played with.
Right.
Gordon Greer was the type of guy that would fucking go mental at you, mate, for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But I like that, mate. I don't mind that. Like, young kids now can't deal with that. Me at 21, mate, I loved it. Like,
that's probably your Celtic thing, though. Where he's at Celtic, on the big players as well, when I train with them and stuff.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Like, I've only went with one Celtic player in this because I didn't count myself playing for Celtic. Do you know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah.
The only reason I picked the guy that I did is because he played in the reserves with us quite a bit, so that's why. Yeah. But Gordon Greer, so I remember I played my debut against Southend, got man of the match. I think we played Millwall the second game. I done really well. And then we played Walsall away, my 3rd game on loan. This is only my 3rd game my whole career, mate. So, someone who Preston, mate, hooked at half time. I was fucking hopeless in the first half. and this is a story about Jonathan Douglas, who's also in the team. Jonathan Douglas was like, I can remember coming in, he's like, after doing so well in the first 2 games, he's like, that's fucking not good enough. You need to fucking get your finger out. He says, that's not acceptable. See, if you want to come down here and do all right, keep going the way you're going. See, if you want to come down here and actually do well, you can't fucking play like that. So that was Danny Wilson took us off at half time. Danny Wilson says to us, you're not winning enough second balls, you're not turning them enough. And after the game, I'll never forget, Gordon Greer piped up after the game and he's like, Gaffer, I totally disagree with what you're saying to Si. I mean, he's down here because he's a good fucking football player. He can pass the ball. He's got where he is through what he's good at. Don't then try and change his game and ask him to kick the ball long. If you want somebody to do that, put fucking Craig Easton on or whoever else on it that's playing centre midfield. Yeah. And he pulled me aside and he says, stick to your guns, wee man. You might not be on the ball as much in this league through playing the way you're playing, but stick to your guns, man. Do what's got you here in the first place. And that's probably the best bit of advice I've had for anybody, mate.
It's good as well. That's nice of him.
So anyway, he never got in, so I don't even know why I'm talking about him. But Adam Webster, mate.
Okay, you're going through him.
Adam Webster, mate.
Wow.
See if you want a modern day centre half rounds.
Yeah.
Adam Webster can play, mate. I went to Portsmouth and first team players were shit, mate.
Yeah.
Like, not good enough. But there was 3 young boys who were outstanding, like proper good. Jed Wallace, who's chirpy as fuck. What a boy he is as well. Good lad.
Good lad. Yeah.
And then there's a boy, Jack Watmore, mate, who I thought was going to be better than Webster.
It was that blonde boy, he had the blonde hair. They have the big blonde hair.
Mate, I took Celtic to sign him. See, when I obviously got pals at Celtic, I took Celtic to sign him when I was at Portsmouth.
Well, he was that good, yeah?
Mate, he was proper. Watmore, 17 playing in the first team, mate.
Yeah.
A man at 17, but could play as well. My worry with Webster was always I thought he was a wee bit soft.
Yeah.
But having watched him now in the Premier League with Brighton, he's got that now, mate. But honestly, Runes, see if you want a centre half to play, man. Yeah. This guy would get the ball at his feet like. And that was another thing. We weren't doing great at Portsmouth at the time. You know yourselves, a young player. If you come in a good team, mate, it's easy because you just pass the ball to a good player. Yeah. We're struggling, mate, and the crowd are on your back. And Webster's made hundreds of mistakes, mate. He used to make mistakes all the time. But you know what I loved about him, mate? He would keep taking the ball. Fans were on his back, moaning about his mistakes, but he would still take the ball, mate. Shift it onto his left foot was his weak foot. After he'd made like 3 mistakes in a row, and he'd try like a 60-yard diag with his left foot, mate. And see if it went in the pitch, he wouldn't have cared, mate.
No.
And see throughout my team, like the players that Sean and Webster who have done well, it's their mentality, mate. Like Webster wasn't the warrior that Sean was, but the mentality of I'll keep getting on the ball and keep doing my thing, man. Eventually it'll come good, and it did for him, mate. And he got, I think, 20 million quid Brighton bought him for.
Unbelievable.
So, and a great lad as well, mate. Great lad, lovely guy. Geek, I get by a geek, but a lovely boy. Yeah.
No, good, fair play to him as well. I think he's done well since he's gone to Brighton as well, hasn't he?
Well, I don't think he played at first, didn't he? But he got himself on the team, and he's kept. I think him and Morrison together would be a great combo. Like Morrison could go and head it, and Webster could be the one that starts off your attack. So back four's mustard there, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, not bad back four, mate. So you have gone for a bit of style there. They've complemented each other well. Right, moving on. Centre midfielders. Now this is a position. This is your position, and you was always very critical of other people in your position. So I'm looking forward. These two must be some players.
I've only played with 3 centre midfielders who I thought were brilliant.
Yeah.
The 2 that are in, and also Tommy Miller.
Yeah.
Tommy Miller, mate, what a guy. I'm actually devastated to leave him out because if it was a night out, mate, unbelievable.
Oh, mate. What was that song you used to love, mate? Every time I hear it, I think of Miller. I've even tweeted him. What is it? Rock and roll. Something about to do with rock and roll. No, we built this city on rock and roll, isn't it?
We built this city on rock and roll. Rins, he was a hero, Tommy Miller, wasn't he?
Oh, what a guy, mate. What a guy.
He used to say to me, what, you can run and pass it, who cares? He says, goals. Goals get you moves. Moves get you money. Money gets you houses. That's what he used to say to me.
Yeah. Oh, mate, what a fella.
Tommy Miller he was brilliant at, when the ball comes into you for a full-back, mate. First touch around the corner. He was a master at that.
What a player, mate. You know what it was with Tommy Miller as well? I didn't realise how good he was until, I think, remember when Kevin Mack come in, yeah?
Oh, do I remember it? He loved you, man. Be lucky.
We Jamesy. When Kevin Mack come in, yeah? I don't know how this happened, obviously, yeah, but we were doing like an 11v11, and I must have been like Joey filling in whatever, and they put me centre half for like the session, and it's like 11v11. I don't know how I've ended up there. And mate, I was playing behind Tommy Miller, like he was playing centre midfield, and mate, some of the things he was doing, like the angles he was making, it's not until you actually play behind someone you realise how good they was. You know what I mean?
No, you're spot on, because that was similar with me. I played against them at Huddersfield, mate, right? And we beat them 4-1 in the FA Cup. And it was probably my best game for Swindon, mate. I think I scored, set up 2, and I got man of the match. Yeah. And I remember thinking, Tommy Miller's no great. When we signed him, and I thought, I'm quite happy we signed him, because I burst him that game, you know what I mean? But then when he came, mate, like you say, it's when you play with him, mate, and he was outstanding, Tommy Miller. Proper football brain, mate. Could run all day. And just again, a fucking top man, do you know what I mean? But the 2 that I've put in, mate, were, for me, sensational, eh? So the first is, probably the best I've played with, is Jonathan Douglas, mate.
Yeah.
What a player. See, when you talk about a centre midfielder, mate, any young kids, like, I know he played in the Premiership, mate. I think he played like 50 games or something in the Premiership with Blackburn.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you want to know how to play the lower leagues, mate, Jonathan Douglas is your man. Championship down. He's a warrior, mate. Brilliant in the air, great touch, great passer of the ball, could shoot, could do everything, mate. Tackle, talk you through the game.
Yeah.
Couldn't have believed, because see, when I first walked into Swindon, mate, I was thinking, who the fuck's this guy, man? He looks like my granddad or something.
Because he's got that weird little run as well, hasn't he? Like, he's sort of
unassuming shape, mate.
Yeah.
Like unassuming. That would be dinosaur arms, but see if you want a guy next to you on a pitch,
player,
mate.
Yeah, great player.
It's Jonathan Douglas. And do you know what I loved, Roons? He wasn't one of them for like praising you all the time, but see, when you had a particularly good game, he used to come up to me and say, it was a fucking pleasure to play with you today. And that, I used to get fucking goosebumps when he said that to me. So, mate, see, with me and Dougie in the centre mid that year, mate, we bashed Leeds 3-0 home and away, beat Norwich, beat Southampton against Schneiderlin, and who else? Dean Hammond, good players, mate. And me and Dougie, we were on it that year, mate. So Jonathan Douglas would be my captain as well. He would be my captain. He would. Really, he's the man, mate. Honestly, what a good player.
Yeah, no, I remember you talking about him. Like after I'd come down, obviously I missed out on him at Swindon. And you know, we went on to play against him, and he was terrific player. I think he even went on to play in the Championship. You know, when he was older as well. So
he played at Ipswich now, didn't he? He played with Leeds. He was at Leeds for years, mate. He was at Leeds for years. I need to fix his banner.
No,
he was a ruthless guy. He was a ruthless guy. So see, if he didn't like people, mate, like. See, if they're sitting at lunch here and somebody comes and sits there next to Dougie and Dougie doesn't like them, mate, Dougie would do this, look. Honestly, mate.
Ruthless, yeah.
Did not give a fuck. We were doing shape one day and Danny Wilson wanted somebody to man-mark Luke Chadwick, and Dougie walked off the pitch and Danny Wilson said to him, what's up with you? And he's like, you're fucking man-marking people in League One. Are you fucking kidding me on? And just walked off the pitch, mate, and everybody was like, wow. We used to do the boxes, right? You know, the wee boxes before training.
Yeah.
And Danny Wilson would walk over. When he walked over, it was kind of always meant, boxes are done, lads, get warmed up. Every day we took field, Dougie would say, oh, look, here he comes, fucking killjoy, about the manager. What a man, mate, what a man, but what a player. So he's in centre midfield. You want my next one?
Yeah, who's partnering him? I'm looking forward to this one because someone I don't really know a lot about. And like I say, if he was that, you know, to make it into your team, he must be a hell of a player.
Kevin Thompson, mate.
Player, yeah.
Oh, Thruns. He played in the UEFA Cup final for Rangers.
Oh, really?
That year we got to the UEFA Cup final against what was the Russian mob? Zenit, okay. So they beat teams like Fiorentina in the semis. I think they had a right good run. Tomo played every game. Played centre midfield with Pedro Mendes, Barry Ferguson, Steve Davis.
Yeah.
Came to Dundee, mate, and oh my God, Roons, you know when you do possessions, mate, and the guy just never gives the ball it. But it's not Roons, it's no safe passes and that. Do you know what I mean? He's not just. Yeah. I hate players that just bounce passes for the sake of it to look like they're bouncing a pass. Mate, Tomo would get the ball, open up to go and play the wide player, and bang. Right in at number 20. He always loved banging the ball into centre forwards' feet. Number 10s. He was obsessed with winning, mate. Had a big arse that he would get in. He could tackle like fuck. He was only at Dundee because I think he's broke his leg like 3 times, mate.
Oh, really? Jesus.
He came down to Middlesbrough. That year, Middlesbrough were really going for it. Gordon Strachan was the manager, and he broke his leg.
That's where I do remember him from. It didn't quite work out, did it?
Nah, I think he broke his leg twice in those been like 3 years.
Yeah.
So that done him in. But again, mate, see a guy that you'd want next to you playing centre midfield, it's him.
Yeah.
One again that would take the ball all the time, man. I love players like that, mate. Like Tomo, if he was maybe not having the best of games, mate, but he would still demand the ball off you. And if he didn't game it, mate, he'd be raging about it.
Yeah.
And for a centre midfielder, for me, mate, the one thing you need to be is brave on the ball. Like, I've played with guys and I look at them and you look at their career, mate, they've played like 300 games in the Football League and they didn't even actually want the fucking ball, eh? They'd rather just run up and tackle people than actually go and get on the ball and make mistakes. Yeah. Whereas these two, mate, again, similar to everyone else in my team, would make a mistake and the crowd would get on them, mate, and they wouldn't care. They wouldn't give a fuck. They would go and get the ball again and they would try that hard pass. So that's centre midfield players for me, and something that the both of them done all the time is pass the ball forward. They always look to pass the ball forward. So
that's something I've mentioned on there as well for me. Like I say, centre midfielders, talking about, I think I was talking to about Roy Keane the other day, and just passing the ball forward. It's such a great quality to have, because like I say, a lot of people are just happy to just keep the ball safe, aren't they?
Yeah, I trained Roy Keane when he was at Celtic. Yeah. I was in the first team when Roy Keane was there. You're right, mate. He was obsessed with passing the ball forward there. See, if it was on to pass it forward, then you wouldn't, mate. You would fucking go through, yeah. But I see centre midfielders now as well, mate. You're right. All they do is get the ball and pass it to a centre half.
I know.
Get the ball and pass it to a fullback. Go play it. Play the fullback centre midfield then. Right? What's happened to the days where a centre midfielder drops off, centre half pops in and he turns and he plays a pass forward? When do you see that now?
Nah, it's changed. It's changed. Right, wide players then.
Wide players. So Meatball's my right midfielder, isn't he?
Who?
Matt Ritchie, Meatball.
Yeah.
So here's a story about Matt Ritchie, mate. When Matt Ritchie first came to Swindon, I remember saying to him, mate, who the fuck have we signed? He's mate, I'll tell you, man. His first year at Swindon, stunk the gaff out, mate.
Yeah.
Stunk the gaff out. Now, the Canio came in. Was it the Canio? What's the Canio, mate?
Yeah, it was, but I think Matty has to take a lot of credit, because didn't he go and have like didn't he go and have like almost like a pre-season, didn't he, and got himself really fit?
Oh, mate, Matty's attitude's unbelievable.
Unbelievable, yeah, one of the best. He's coming on. I was messaging him yesterday or the day before. He's done his team. He's going to come on. I'm looking forward to catching up with him, actually. I haven't spoken to him for a little while. And like you say, his attitude was just, I think he deserves everything he gets at the game.
Oh, 100%. So anyway, to go into one of the worst players I thought we had, to 2 years, mate, he was fucking sensational.
Unbelievable.
Sensational. I've never seen a wee fat guy that can kick the ball so hard.
Mate, he's unbelievable, man.
And mate, you can ask him when he comes on your show. I used to go fucking mental at him, mate. See, for getting the ball, mate, I used to go mental at him. I would scream at him. But then he would get the ball at his feet, mate, and just stanch one with his left foot. Mate, the prime examples when we played Jews, Gilliam, do you remember, Rings?
Yeah.
I think you were battering us, to be fair.
Yeah, we played well.
Matty gets the ball at his feet for 25 yards, mate, and sticks it in the stanchion.
Oh, mate, it's unbelievable.
But, mate, there was like 15 of them a season. Or if he wasn't doing that, mate, he was getting the ball at his feet. And the way he used to cross the ball, the Canio made him, mate, because at first he used to play left midfield, mate, and he did not have the pace to run defenders. No. He'd get the ball and he would try and do like step overs to go by them and put it in his left foot, and he couldn't get away from people. The Canio put him wide right. I would pass the ball into him, he would take his first touch inside and he would just fucking whip this thing, mate. And either a striker would header it in, mate, or they'd miss it and it would go in the net. Yeah. His left foot was a shambles, and like you say, mate, Matty was first on the training pitch, last off it. Used to call him a busy bastard for it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It just shows you, mate, that and don't get me wrong, he's got loads of ability, because that left foot is unbelievable. But that was the best years of my career was playing with me right centre midfield, Paul Caddis right back, and Matt Ritchie right midfield. Loved it, mate. We'd keep the ball fucking all day. And I told you before, we used to say before the game, just keep the ball between us three, man. Fuck that. Fuck the other eight of them. We'll keep it between us three. So, and again, mate, a great lad as well.
You left poor old me out on the left-hand side all on my own, mate. You know what I mean?
To be fair, mate, when you were playing, we would say, we'll give Runes a touch every 20 minutes. But if it was your Gabby Londos in that, mate, the ball wasn't going over there.
No, mate, honestly, he was, like I say, for me, like, what a player. Like you say, with his left foot, like, he was only a small lad, and just the power he used to get in his left foot, it was just an absolute wand. And, like you say, we used to take the mick out of him for how busy he was and stuff. But he deserves everything he gets. I remember him getting to games at midday before and having him every muscle on his body massage. You know what I mean? And you'd have me and you rocking up at probably 25 past 1. Do you know what I mean? So he deserves everything he gets, and look forward to having him on the show. To be fair.
And another one again. Who a theme in my team of players that I love. Matty believe me, had a lot of nightmares, and again would still take the ball and still try the hard pass, even though the crowd are on his back. He tried 3 hard passes and he gave it away, and the crowd are fucking on him. He'll take it and try the 4th hard pass. It wouldn't bother him. So need to have that to play with my teammate. So Matty had that in abundance. Big bollocks. Big balls,
yeah. A lot of resilience, nice. Right, other side. Now this is a lad who's been mentioned a lot already on this podcast since I set him up a few weeks back. And literally everyone seems to say exactly the same thing. And I remember from my time with you always talking about him, Paddy McCall. How good was he?
The best. Could have been the best player to play in Scotland. I'm trying to think how high I could praise him here, mate.
Well, Peter Ramage even said, I'm not sure if you watched Rambo's one. Rambo's actually put this in. And Rambo said, like, literally, he should have been a world star. Like, he should have been, like, a Premier League top 6 player.
Well, I'm glad he said it, mate, because I thought if I'd said that, then people would have laughed. Yeah. But, Runes, holy fuck, man. Like, honestly, mate, he was tremendous. He's very few people, like, I wouldn't have paid to watch a lot of people, mate, because I think football's quite shite now. It's just 22 guys running into each other now. That the fittest team wins now, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Mate, I'd pay 50 quid a week to watch this guy, man. Runes, I don't care who you are, put Paolo Maldini right back and put Paddy McCall at left midfield, and he will take the piss out of him. He will take the piss out of him. And here's the best thing, mate, without even doing a trick. Mate, it used to blow my mind how he done it. He doesn't even do a trick route. I've never seen him do a step over. I've never seen him drag it. He just runs up to people, mate, and just does something like that. He just fucking weaves in and out.
Oh my God! Just on him then, say, because obviously we spoke a lot about him, and if people have watched all of them, which hopefully if they like him, they've watched most of them. He's been mentioned a few times. Why do you think why do you think he didn't get to the top? Listen, he played for Celtic and stuff, and he's had a fantastic career, I'm sure. But why was he not? Why did his career not warrant how good his ability was?
His back was fucked, mate.
Really?
His back was fucked. He couldn't run runs it. Like, he came over for Ireland his first pre-season, mate, and I'm talking, like, I know you were unfit that one pre-season, you came back and you kidded on that you didn't go well. You pretended
I went well for like the 2 days beforehand.
Well, see how far you were back in the runs. Times that by 10 for Paddy, mate. Eh? Like, really? See, when we used to do running, mate, I used to feel sorry for him, mate, because it wasn't one of them that he wasn't trying. He actually looked in pain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, mate? And he used to go and sit on the bike, and I would go and sit next to him, and he'd be like, "Lad, back's fucked, man. My back and hammies are fucking squealing." But to be fair, mate, loved the red wine.
Yeah.
Loved a fag.
Yeah.
Loved having a good time.
Yeah.
But his body wasn't cut out for the way. See if it was the 70s, mate, he'd have been George Best. But like the pace of the game that it was at that time, it was sports science and all that. It just completely fucked Paddy, mate. But honestly, it was like we used to do 1v1s. Gordon Strachan, see if he hated somebody, mate, he used to put them up against Paddy in 1v1s just so Paddy could ridicule them, man. But no, just like great dribbler runs. See how he could pass the ball with 2 feet, how he could shoot, finish. He was a warrior, mate. He fucking tackles like he was a Federi, mate. He's a tough boy. And I just wish, mate, I think everyone that knows Paddy would say this, I just wish that he could have had fucking Gareth Bale's body, mate, because if he did, he'd have been competing with Messi and Ronaldo, mate, honestly.
Really, that's crazy. I mean, everyone seems to say the same thing. So, obviously, anyone who see him up at close quarters like yourself has said exactly the same. And like you say, probably just in the wrong generation. Like me, just born in the wrong generation. You know what I mean?
That's it, mate. That's it. Here's another story. We played. He used to play reserves with me quite a lot because obviously he wasn't playing with the first team. So he'd come play centre mid with me in the resis just to get his fitness, get him running up and down the pitch. we played Rangers at Ibrox, and their two midfielders that day were Stephen Naismith, who went on and had a fucking great career at Everton, and John Fleck, who's now at Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Mate, they couldn't get near Paddy,
Nah, crazy.
Could not get near him. And he'd probably been on the booze the night before, mate, because it was only a Resi game, But they could not get near him, mate. So that tells you how good he was.
Yeah, exactly that. Right. Centre forwards, front two. Who we got?
These two centre forwards, mate, are top.
Yeah.
Top, and I'm telling you, again, maybe not the most. One of them's not the most well known, but what a player, mate! What a player, David Connolly.
Yeah, that good.
For
Yeah.
anybody who doesn't know him, mate, Google him. He played in the World Cup, played with Sunderland, West Ham. This guy was tremendous, Rins, honestly. You remember much about that?
Yeah, I remember him because, like I said, I think I've mentioned it on here a few times that I was, football boffin when I was younger, and he was, Premier League player when he Sunderland, like I said, at West Ham, and then we would have gone to the World Cup of Ireland, wouldn't it? I think he was Ireland there, right?
Ireland, he went to the World Cup. Roy Keane punched him at Sunderland, mate.
No way.
Roy Keane was the manager, and Dave always used to pull him up. See if Roy Keane ever... Dave's like you, mate. He's a statue. He knows everything about football, mate.
Yeah,
Ask him who plays left back for Torquay, mate, and he'll tell you.
Really?
And I think Keane in a meeting said about a player on the other team, and Dave went, he doesn't even fucking play for them anymore. And absolutely pulled Keane up, mate. I think he kept doing it, and I think Keane ended up banging him. But, mate, like, this... And see playing the Premier League, mate, at the top level.
Yeah.
You need to train the way this guy trains, man. 36 or something he was at Portsmouth, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say, he'd been old, yeah.
Grafted these balls off every day, Rins.
Really?
Last to leave a training pitch. His finishing was a shambles, man. Shambles, honestly. Like, up there with Charlie Austin, guys like that. I mean, I think David's probably a better finisher, like a classier finisher, mate.
Yeah.
Like, he would think goalies at ease, man.
Yeah.
Like, he'd go hit it in there and reverse it into the stand on the other side.
Yeah.
He was a winner, mate. Loved winning. We played Aki Stanley away second game of the season, and we got a free kick in the last minute. I think it was one each. And Dave grabs the ball. This sums Jed Wallace up as well. Jed Wallace grabs the ball of Dave. And Guy Whittingham, Jed was like the golden boy at Portsmouth. So I think the manager shouted on, let Jed hit it. Mate, and Dave's lost his shit, man. Like, for the last 2 minutes, I'm watching him, mate, and he's fucking fuming. Get into the dressing room. Manager stands up, Dave stands up. Dave, like, basically moves him out the way, and he's like, the Jed Wallace, how many fucking World Cups have you played in? Fucking none. He says, have you scored free kicks in the Premier League? And Jed Wallace is like, nah. He's like, no, well, I have. Next time you get a fucking free kick with 2 minutes to go, I'll be fucking taking it. And just slap back the... But, mate, he was a screwball, mate. The boys were shit scared of him, but I got on really well with him.
Yeah.
Obviously, I kind of need to quizzed him all the time about his career. He used to text me quite a bit. He tried to get the Portsmouth job, and and he asked me to go around the boys, asking them their wives' names, their kids' names. He was doing like a big dossier for his interview.
Yeah.
So I was trying to help him get the Portsmouth job, mate, because his brain was brilliant.
Yeah.
But we had another boy. Do you remember Big Patrick Ajew, man?
Yeah.
Hero, mate. Hero.
What was
Big
he?
Pat. Hero, mate. Did not give a fuck. Lazy as fuck, but what a player, mate. He was like massive, mate, but he'd flick the ball over people's heads and all that. Him and Dave Connolly had one of the best fights after a game I've ever seen in my life. Now, Dave's about my height, what, 5? I'm going to give myself 5'9" here. Big Pat's 6'3", mate, but like a what? And Dave's in his face, mate, because Pat called him bruv on the pitch. Mate, this is the sort of things that used to send Dave wild, eh?
Yeah.
Dave went to pass it to him, and like, see, he didn't pass the ball to Pat's feet, mate. He wouldn't have moved for it, eh?
Yeah.
So Dave's passed the ball like 2 yards at the side of him, and he's gone to fucking Pat. You're trying to make me look like a cunt in front of all these fans. Fucking go for that ball. And Pat's done that to him. Fuck off, bruv. Mate, so see in the dressing room, Dave's went for him, man. Don't ever fucking call me bruv. And when he's done that, Pat's like holding him off, and Pat's like, fuck off, bruv. Just kept calling him bruv, mate. And honestly, see, like, they've been pulled apart, man. I think David the Tories throat out, man. But that was the wee things that used to do his tits and getting called bruv. Don't give me your fucking bruv. What a guy told me, and what a finisher. 2 feet rounds, amazing. Wanted to win, warrior again, wanted the ball at the time. If he didn't pass him it, he would go off his fucking nut. I remember I got the ball, passed it to a fullback. I think he was on. and he's bawling and shouting at me, why the fuck would you rather pass the ball to a full-back than pass it to me? He just couldn't get his head around it, man. So
That's brilliant. And so who partners him?
Oh, the main man.
The
main man, Charlie Austin, mate. Absolute warrior again. Team full of warriors, mate.
Yeah.
Charlie Austin, again, for any kids watching, technically no great. Probably doing a passenger lead, fucking lose about 20 balls.
Yeah.
But get the balls out and get the goals out, mate, and put two teams together, and Charlie will bash boys about for 90 minutes, mate, and he will elbow them, he'll headbutt them, he'll bite them, just up for every game, mate. Again, a guy that every time you looked at him in the dressing room, you just knew that he was fucking on it. You knew that he was going to be on it, mate. He had this inner desire to be the best, mate. He was only at us for 6 months, and he was telling us that he'd play in the Premier League. And at the time, you're thinking, who's this dick? And then he goes on and does it, mate, through graft and that inner belief in himself, which I probably never had, mate, looking back. Probably kidded on that I did, gave it the cocky one and that, but deep down, always doubted myself, whereas every guy that I've mentioned in here, I think you'll agree with Matt Ritchie as well, they had this inner belief in themselves that they were going to do it, mate, and it's no coincidence that every person that I've played with who has went on and done really well always had that. People probably thought they were a bit of a dick and a bit cocky, but I think that's what you need, mate, to play at that level. So Charlie Austin would probably be maybe put him just above Dave on the fact that in the air, Charlie was an animal, mate. Turned the ball in the box, and it was a loopy one, mate. Like somebody would loop one, and then Charlie would head it in for like 18 yards, mate.
Yeah, amazing that he come through. Amazing that he come through late as well, like from lower leagues, isn't it?
But even his trial, mate, like even when he came on trial, I was like, are we going to give this guy a deal? Like,
you know
what I mean? Like, but then
and just gone from strength to strength.
But that was based on training runs. But when the games came, mate,
come alive.
He just came alive. He loved it. You could tell he was proper buzzing to go out and score a goal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he would. Charlie would just go ahead of Dave if I had to pick at the two strikers. But again, they two together would be great, mate.
Yeah, no, you've got them both in there. Listen, that's a fantastic team, mate. And like you say as well, some sounds like you've got some real characters in there. And I really enjoyed that, some of the story. Right, before I let you go, because I know you've got to go, Si, before I let you go, I've got to ask you some questions. I'm going to be like one or two serious ones and then a couple of jokey ones. But I think you've more or less answered the questions there about sort of the advice side of it for the youngsters. So I was going to ask you, you come through at Celtic where you was around top players, and then you came down south where you played your majority of your career sort of lower leagues, but you still was around top players who have gone on, like you said there. And you seem to have answered the question really in terms of, I was going to ask you, what's the difference in the players who play at that level and the players who go on?
Yeah, definitely, mate. That
what you were talking about, yeah.
I believe, but also another thing that I'll say that these players had, and it's something that we never done, Rins, and it's so true, because it wasn't until I take the under 11s at Celtic. Well, I did take the under 10s, at Celtic, and we done an in-service day with Brendan Rodgers one day.
Okay.
And after it, he pulled me and kind of was asking about my career and Decanio and stuff like that. He wanted to chat, so he says, "Do you want to come and watch training and then come up to my office? Okay. We'll get a chat." So he was the taking training that day, mate, but it was his assistant and John Kennedy that were taking it. Me and him stood, watched training, chatted away. Went up to his office, mate, and he sat for 2 hours and he explained to me what he thinks it takes to be a top player, both on and off the pitch. He spoke for about 40 minutes, mate, just him talking about what he thinks it takes. And see, after 40 minutes, I says to him, I never done fucking one of them.
No.
I think he must have rhymed off about 60 things, mate. And I remember saying to him, fuck me, I actually never done one of them. And he was laughing, mate, but just the way you live your life.
Yeah.
Any young player, I say to young players in Celtic, mate, dedicate your life to being a football player, because it's the best life in the world, mate. Not just playing football, not just actually playing, but like this, mate, the people you meet, the experiences you get, the life that you lead, the friends that you have for life, the things you do after football. You get to enjoy stuff like this. Then you go and graft. You get to speak about football. Dedicate your life to it, mate. And I really wish. I thought I was a decent player, mate. I thought I could have played higher. Like
1,000,000%.
Playoffs, a league won twice. A game away from getting to the championship twice.
Yeah.
If Decanio doesn't leave, I'd get a new deal. Would be in the championship.
And you might have gone to a level that suits your game more as well in the championship there as well.
Exactly, mate. I think the Championship 100%
I
would have
think
suited.
just on what you're saying there, though, so I totally agree with what you're saying. That's a fantastic experience for you there. You know, going in the office with a manager like Brendan Rodgers. But for me as well, on that, I feel like definitely you, possibly myself, in terms of the generation side of it. We was probably of a generation where you could get away with it still a little bit and still have a career, and or it was a bit of a crossover. Like you're saying, there's still a drinking culture. Whereas nowadays, I was speaking to our old agent Bobby Barry about it the other day and stuff, and I was speaking to that Dean Austin about it in the summer as well, who coaches at Watford and Crystal Palace, and he was saying like back then it was like the best job ever. It still is the best job ever, but it's almost like a lifestyle choice now. You have to like I say, dedicate your whole life to it.
100%, mate. Now it's you couldn't get away with this stuff.
You can't get away with it at all. Yeah, exactly.
But mate, the proof's in the pudding. Like for the 18 months that Paolo Di Canio was at Swindon, I lived my life properly as a footballer, and it's the best I've played in my career for 18 months. So it's no fluke, mate. It's not down to my ability getting better for 18 months. It was the fact that I was living my life properly, training properly, going to bed at the right time, eating the right thing. Of course, we still got fucking steaming all the time, but we were doing all the other things properly, so that made up for doing that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
After I left the Canio, mate, like went with Portsmouth and Dundee and never trained properly, never went to the gym, out all the time. You can't do it, mate. You can't, because people are so desperate to get to the top now, and people are doing everything they can now to get to the top. Like you say, they're choosing that lifestyle. And if you're not doing it, mate, it doesn't matter how good you are ability-wise. Yeah, you'll get past by. That's what happened to me. So.
No, of course. Right. In terms of players, what about players you played against? Anyone stick out? Ask everyone this question.
Lallana, mate.
Oh, yeah, same for me.
Loved Lallana. We got quite pally actually when he was at Southampton.
I remember. Call it.
But Lallana was a sham. We used to beat him all the time, mate. He used to do his nothing. He's like, how the fuck do you keep beating us? They had like a worldly team, mate. But we used to, that first year at Danny Wilson, that team I had my first year at Swindon, mate, we were dogs, man. Like, we were total warriors. Yeah. We beat them 1-0 at St Mary's, but Lallana I could watch Lallana play football today. Like, Lallana was one of them, mate, an even bigger extreme, anyone that I've mentioned in my team, whereas Lallana would get the ball on the edge of the box, mate. He'd have 3 guys round him and he'd try a Cruyff. Yeah. But you could do it with both feet.
Both sides as well, yeah.
And a top player for me, what I always say to the kids, mate, a top player is a guy who's comfortable taking the ball anywhere on the pitch under any sort of pressure.
Yeah.
So he makes good decisions when he's under pressure, and he makes good decisions when he's got time. And for me, Lallana was the best at that, mate. So I always remember thinking, I'm going to get tight to Lallana because he wants to turn all the time. And see, when I get tight to him, he put the ball in the corner and go and get it on the other side. So he wasn't just a tricky, kind of just play anywhere, mate, but his decision making, like, he wasn't afraid to just do the simple thing when he had to. Yeah. You know what I mean? He made good decisions all the time, and then he had that wee bit of quality where he could Cruyff you and dink the keeper with his left foot.
Yeah.
Can't think who else. Van Dijk, mate. I was at Dundee. Van Dijk played for Celtic. Holy fucking.
Apparently, he was just like a man playing against kids up there, wasn't he? At one stage.
Mate, it's like a guy coming from high school back to primary school and just bashing everyone out the way, mate.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, that just shows how much the English, scouting system must have doubted the Scottish football for a big club not to have just taken him straight away. They sort of had to test the water. He had to come to Southampton and prove himself, didn't he?
I don't know why though, mate, because see, like, if you know football, like, the levels, any levels are levels. It's just a barrier, mate. But if somebody's
that good,
every attribute, there was nothing missing for him, mate. You can tell that then.
Had everything.
So if you see him run, mate, he was the quickest player on the pitch. He could have been the strongest player on the pitch. This is European games at Celtic as well, mate. Best in the air. Probably Charlie Mulgrew says to me he was the best finisher at the club. Centre half.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That free kicks, he could pass it with 2 feet. Oh, he was tremendous. I'm trying to think of like wee hidden gems who I thought were really good. In fact, mate, you had him on last week. Played against Shelby when he was 17.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, Charlton, Swindon, League One playoff semi-finals. Shelby was a joke, mate. Shelby again was one of them, mate. 17-year-old. And he just wanted the ball all the time, mate. I remember thinking, who's this wee cunt, man? 17. And he was demanding the ball, mate. He would try and nutmeg you all the time. Shelby was brilliant. I'm trying to think a striker that was really good down south. Who would you say was the best you played against down there?
What strikers? I remember all this when we played Southampton in League One, Lallana. I remember Lambert being a joke. He was well too good for that level. But obviously, he went on to get his move and stuff. He got his move late. But yeah, I remember playing against. I think it's the same game when we played against Lallana and Lambert. Yeah, for me, he was something else. But
he was good as well. Mate. Remember Wes Houlihan?
Oh yeah, what a player! I've got his shirt. We played against him at Norwich. I've got his shirt. What a player, man.
I got asked, we played Norwich at Carroll Road my first year at Swindon, and Danny Wilson asked me to man Mark Houlihan. He played in the whole half.
What a player!
Tell you what, I had a fucking sore head that night, mate. I think he nutmegged us 3 times there.
I played at Carroll Road in the Carling Cup for Gillingham. I was young, mate. I think I was 17, 18, and we both played a diamond formation. I remember doing the analysis before the game, and I played in the number 10, and he played in the number 10, and I think they beat us 4-5-1. I remember after the game thinking I've got a long way to go here. Do you know what I mean? What a player! Yeah, what a player!
He was a great player, very sure.
We had the serious stuff. Let's get on to a little bit more light-hearted. I was gonna say you are officially the king of the prankies. What is your favourite? What is your favourite? What's the one that can be aired on here?
My favourite prankie?
Yeah, your favourite one that you've done.
We were at Swindon and we had an assistant manager called Peter Shirtlift.
Yeah.
Mate, best guy in the world, man. The nicest guy in the world. And I used to do them on away trips quite a bit, mate. Friday night board in the hotel.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
So my agent knows Peter Shirtlift, and that's how I got to Swindon.
Yeah.
Through them. So Friday night I phone up Peter Shirtlift pretending to be my agent. I had my agent's voice bang on me. So I phoned Peter Shirtlift and say, "Hi Peter, it's Martin here again. I've got a player that you must sign. This guy up in Scotland is ripping it up. Full back, you will absolutely love him. Gets up and down the pitch. 15 assists this season. Celtic and Rangers are looking at him, but he wants to come down south." I says, "I've tried a few championship clubs, but they're just not sure because of the level that he's played at." He says, "But Peter, for you, it's a no-brainer." And Peter Shirtlift is like, "Fucking hell, that sounds good to me, Martin." And he's like, "Oh, you've gave us a fucking good one in Ferry." He says, "So your word's fucking gospel around here just now." He says, "I'll speak to the manager, mate, but he says, I think it's pretty much it's pretty much a done thing that would take him." And I says to him, "Oh, that's brilliant, Peter." I says, "There's only one problem. He plays fullback, but he can't take throw-ins." And mate, there's a long pause, man, for 20 seconds, and he went, "You what?" And I went, "He can't take throw-ins." And Peter Shirtlift goes, "Can't take throw-ins, why not?" And I says, "He's only got one arm." Mate, the boys in the room were fucking pissing ourselves, man, on loudspeaker. So he came right up to my room, mate. Absolutely fucking done him a peak, man. See when I said he'd only had one arm, mate? There was a minute pause, man, and then all the boys just started pitching themselves laughing. But I've done managers, and I've offered boys Accrington Stanley job and all that. We're going to leave the coaching role.
I know, mate. I was with you, mate.
Who was the boy that used to be Gus Poyet's the wee bulldog?
Yeah, I forget his name. The ball guy. What was his name?
Was it Charlie something?
Yeah, what was it, Charlie?
Mate, mate. He thought he was the Aki manager. Yeah, he was going to Gus Poyet and tell him he was taking the job.
He's like, "I'm going to speak to the gaffer tomorrow," and that, wasn't it? Oh,
mate, the other one as well, Mark Kinsella. Remember Mark Kinsella, midfielder?
Yeah, child that.
He thought he was getting the Accrington Stanley job for a while as well. That Aki Stanley job, mate, honestly.
Mate, you've done some unbelievable. I think the best one I've seen you do though was when you done our mate Georgie Porter in Magaluf, and he was in the bar opposite. I was with George, and I come over to see you, and you run Porter. He came out of the bar. I think you'd promised him a move to Rangers, and then you was like, "But I see you playing in a different position," and he's a goalkeeper. And we were watching his reaction. Oh, pheasant, mate. Unbelievable.
Mate, I done that to Callum Kennedy as well. Have I told you this one, nah?
No, I don't think so, no.
So Cal Kennedy, Cal was having himself as a kid, mate. He was having himself. So I got quite pally with him my first year at Swindon. Yeah. And he was playing a reserve game against Reading or something it was. So I texted him saying, "All the best today, mate. Let us know how you get on after the game." And he's texted me after the game, mate, this big, long paragraph. He's like, "Mate, I was outstanding today, ran the show for left back." He says, "I'm convinced there was scouts there today, man." He says, it was heaving, he says, "I think this could be me, man." So I'm still at training, mate, while the Rezzies have just finished playing. So I think there was an early kick-off at 11 o'clock. Yeah. So I've got this text after we came in for training. So I've got all the boys round us, and I'm like, "What about this text for Cal, man?" obviously I've got the day, man. So I phoned him up, mate, saying it's Roy Keane's agent. Me and Roy were at the game, at your reserve game the day. He says, we've been looking for a full-back like you for about a year now. And he is buzzing, mate. Mate, but at this stage, just as I'm doing this, our manager, Danny Wilson, walks in the changing room. So he's in on it, mate. He's standing, listening to Callum on loudspeaker. So I've gave it, so if we were to come in for you in January, would you be fine like leaving Swindon? And he's like, yeah, mate, yeah, geez, yeah, 100%. He says, yeah, I'll just go and speak to the manager and say, like, too good an opportunity to turn down. So Danny Wilson's pissing himself laughing, man. And what I always done with the Prangies, mate, was pure get them on board and then start trying to say stupid things like that, change of position. So I've done that to Cal Kennedy. I've done a... We just want to know that you're the right type for Roy. Like, Roy's big on standards. So from next year, we're going to start asking the boys to wear suit, collar and tie into training every day. And he's gone, yeah, that's fine. He says, yeah, I've got about 20 suits. Yeah, I says, he's totally on it, mate. And then I've done one last thing that Roy's asking of the boys next year is, he says he thinks we're a bit of a soft touch just now, so he wants every single player to shave their heads. And we'll keep shaving it every 4 weeks. Mate, and he's like that. He's like, yeah, fuck it, guys, I'll do it. I'll shave my head. And then Danny Wilson just came over. He went, Callum, I'll see you in my office tomorrow, mate. Brilliant, mate. Went for it.
Mate, he must have been worried in the morning.
But Danny Wilson was a type, mate, that would just laugh at him.
Yeah.
But
listen, I remember doing countless of them with you. I missed them days, mate. Right, last one. Scotland, always a subject I see you tweeting about. The national team and, you know, are they going to improve and stuff? I was going to say, from an English point of view, it's brilliant. You finally got two players and they're both left backs, aren't they? Robertson and Tierney.
I've got 3 players now, mate. Billy Gilmore.
Who have you got?
Billy Gilmore.
Oh, he does look like a player. He didn't get called. They didn't call him up straight away, though, did they?
Fucking some Scotland up, mate. You've got a guy.
Wait, he looks like a proper player, though.
Mate, you've got a guy running Premiership games, man, and we've got him in under 21s.
No, I'll tell you what, though, as well. I was obviously joking about the two left back situation because, you know, it just made me chuckle. But, you know, you got McTominay, McGinn, Gilmore. Do you see things heading in the right direction for Scotland finally, or what? I
do, mate. I do. Even like guys like Andy Robertson and Tierney, mate, for people watching this, Andy Robertson released for Celtic at 16, Kieran Tierney. You know the story with Kieran Tierney, mate? Nah?
I don't know the Tierney story, but I remember I watched your podcast with Robertson. It was absolutely different class, to be fair. And also, what was really good about that one was, you know, how close he was to going to Hull, was it? Or no, he was close going to Stoke before he went to Liverpool. I mean, Jesus, what a difference. You know, just talk about a bit of luck there, you know?
Mate, here's luck for you. Kieran Tierney had been... Celtic reserves were playing on a Tuesday. Kieran Tierney had been brought in the office for the head of the youth and said, you're not picked for the reserves today. There's 2 left backs ahead of you. You're just going to need to go up to the gym and train on your own. He says to him, I think it's about time that you start looking for a new club. So I think Kieran Tierney was phoned his agent that morning, and his agent had like organised for him to go into Motherwell or something. He's up the gym on the phone to his agent. Somebody comes running up and says, the left back for the first team just got injured. We need somebody to come and join in. Everyone else is away on the reserve. You're going to need to come and join in. Mate, goes in, rips it up, and plays like 2 weeks later, mate, and that's him away.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable. And that's what I mean. People say that, you know, that luck ain't involved in football, but, you know, we spoke about, you know, a lot of reasons, a lot of examples of what you need to do to get to the top. But sometimes it is just that little bit of luck you need as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but Scotland, mate, things are looking good. I get annoyed, mate, because I'm obsessed with getting young Scottish players who are good on the ball, mate. It's like everyone says it's about managers and formation. It's no, we've not got good enough players on the ball, mate. And now it looks like we're starting to get that. So hopefully, mate, and I think the Wales team that done well, they all came through at like quite a similar age, and all these boys at Scotland are a similar age. So hopefully in like 4 years' time, then we've got a good team that can compete in a European or a World Cup, mate, because country needs it every time. But even in Scotland, mate, even now with the coaching that I see, it's, I don't know about you, but the guys coaching for me, I think it's totally down to coaching. It's like fucking 30 million cones now, and it's sessions put on for the coach, no for the players. I didn't see enough technical drills for players. Didn't see enough drills for players to make their own decisions and make their own minds up. Yeah. So pass the ball to that cone there and then run there. When does that happen in a game, mate? You need to make your own decisions quickly. You're under pressure. You need to play first time. If you got time, can you take a touch?
Yeah.
So until the coaching gets a bit better for me, mate, then unless these boys do it, who we've got now, then I think a lot of these boys have done well because they got in first teams quite early. John McGinn at St Mirren, McTominay at Man United. So fingers crossed these boys can do it, mate.
Yeah, no problems. Right, so top man, mate. Thanks very much. Thanks for coming on. Really, really appreciate it. Like I say, you was an inspiration for me doing this sort of podcast type of thing, and keep doing what you're doing, mate. Because I absolutely love them. And I love your ones up there, and hopefully people will start to enjoy mine down here.
Oh, keep going, mate. It's mine was a slow start as well. I don't know if yours is a slow start. I think you've done quite well so far with the views and that, mate. But just keep at it, because it'll turn, mate. It just takes one person to like it, who's a big name, and everyone will get on it. So keep it going. You're doing great, mate.
Top man, Simon. I'm sure your one would have helped anyway, mate. Take care, yeah.